Hey, so Erin Young here, and I am going to share with you all tonight everything that you need to know about the Masters Hammer and Chisel, which comes out on December the 1st. I feel like this program is one that is going to not only transform your life and your body, but those of the people that you work with and of your business if you approach it correctly. Go all in on your journey, know everything you need to know about the program, and be able to talk about it confidently with the people who ask you about it, and you are going to be smooth sailing. So I'm going to walk you through a lot of different things on this call, and get out your pens and papers because I'm going to give you some great notes. So first of all, I just want to share with you a little bit about my personal journey as part of the Coach Test Group. I mean, it was, first of all, the most amazing blessing to be asked to be a part of the test group. But then to actually get to experience this program, oh my goodness, I really was so unsure of what to expect. I had no idea. I was totally out of my comfort zone. I'm a cardio junkie. I love turbo. I love insanity. I love plyo. I've never actually done strength training with a lot of weights before. Never done Body Beast. The most weight training I had done was in the 21-day fix extreme. So absolutely 100% did not know a lot about what I was getting into. So when I was on this program, 60-day program, I chose to be all in 100%. I knew that the success of this program depended upon my success, and my success was going to help me share it with you so that you could share it confidently. So I decided to be 100% all in. And when I say that, that means that from days 1 to 60, I never missed a workout, and I did everything by the books, including the nutritional plan, every single day, no matter what. So that meant that I said no to a lot of things, that I overcame a lot of temptations, and I really learned what it truly meant to dig deep, because there were days I didn't want to work out. There were days that I totally wanted to splurge. There were days I absolutely wanted a glass of wine, but I didn't let myself have it. Do you need to do the same thing? That's up to you. Do you want the results? Yeah. So go all in. When you decide to do this program, go all in. And I mean, you're going to get the results too, without a shadow of a doubt. So when I started, I already thought I was fit. I was already fit. I felt like a lot of people in the test group were also already fit. There weren't too many people that had a huge journey in front of them. There were a couple of members of the test group that that had 20 or more pounds to lose, but most everyone else did not. Most of us already had completed many other programs before. And so I do feel like that was the targeted market, and the audience for this program. People who have already started their fitness journey, people who have perhaps already who have plateaued, who need to re-energize and have a kick-ass jump start, people who need to just change it up a little bit. And that's who I do think it's geared towards. The two people who had 20 or more pounds to lose, they had already rocked their fitness journey previously. Like, they knew how to make it happen. They knew how to lift weights. They knew how to rock a program. They weren't just getting started. So I think that's important to know. I do feel like this program is intermediate to advanced. I do not think this is a program that's appropriate for someone who is just getting started on their fitness journey. I do think that it's a program that people could hurt themselves if they don't have control over their bodies, if they don't know how to lift weights properly, people who've never done anything like that before. So I just want to kind of throw that out there. That's my own personal disclaimer. There are moves in this program that the first time I saw them, as someone who's completed Max 30 twice, an insanity instructor, PYO instructor, group fitness certified instructor, I was like, what the heck? I had to stop the TV, pause, watch it, and okay, let's go for it. Not meaning that they're so hard and complex, but they're totally new and refreshing. A lot of moves I've never seen before, and I loved that about it. I loved it. So let me first tell you a little bit more about what I accomplished on the program. So in 60 days, personally, I lost 7 pounds and 11 inches. And that was very surprising to me. I'd let myself go a little bit in the fact that I had totally, fallen back into old habits, nighttime snacking, too much alcohol, trying nibbling on desserts here and there, where my body was definitely kind of seeing that bloat happen again. I was still strong and I was still fit, but the chisel was not there at all, like at all. The 11 inches, most of that came from my waist and my hips and my glutes. So I lost 3 inches just in my waist and 3 inches in my hips, which were my problem areas. And I continue to tone those areas. I'm in my second round now. I haven't lost any more inches, but I am getting so much stronger. And my glutes are raising and my thighs are getting smaller still. I see those changes happening now more. Like I'm seeing more results from taking pictures. So rather than the scale and measurements, which I really don't use that much at all anymore. I take a lot of pictures. So those were the results that I got. And the thing of it is that my strength gains were insane. I was using dumbbells that range from 5 pounds to 45 pounds. So when I was doing, squats and lunges, I was using 30 to 35 pounds. When I was doing sumo squats, 45 pounds, weights that I was so incredibly scared of, I actually was using on this program, which just blew me away. I go into a group fitness class and teach for an hour and honestly feel like okay, cool, I could do more. My strength and endurance has absolutely improved. Oh my gosh, like I can't even believe it. I feel so strong. I feel so in control, feel so incredibly confident when I look in the mirror. I've never seen changes like this happen to my body. And I've done everything, you guys. I've done Turbo Fire, Insanity, T25, 21-day fix, Fix Extreme, the Ultimate Reset, the 3-day refresh, 3-4 times. Max 30, X3. I've done everything. I've never seen changes happen in my body until this. I mean, and that's just the honest truth. I've never worked my body like this before, and it felt so amazing every day. So let's get into just kind of like what to expect with the workouts. So there are going to be, when the program launches, I feel like there's going to be 13 different workouts from what I've heard. Most of the workouts, when they say a hammer workout, that's going to be with Sagi. When they say chisel, that's going to be with Autumn. But when we were in the test group, they went back into production and filmed more workouts. And I know that you'll be getting one of them doing a cardio workout together. And we got to see that at Leadership. That's a sneak peek that elite coaches received as well. But, they do have some workouts that are together. If you order the deluxe, if you get the deluxe program, you're going to get that extra workout. You're also going to get a medicine ball, which I never did any workouts with a medicine ball during the test group. So they have added a couple of more cool ones in that deluxe workout, which I cannot wait to get my hands on. So you're going to get such variety of workouts. I never did the same workout on the same day 2 weeks in a row. Like every Monday was a different workout. Every Tuesday was a different workout. The combinations are so diverse. I've never seen anything like it. It's very unpredictable. It's like some days you're like, gosh, today's totally got to be a cardio day. And you're like, no crap. It's like powerlifting today. It's muscle confusion times 100. I mean, it totally is. And it's just really, it was so refreshing to me to have such diversity. I looked forward to and still look forward to the workouts every single day. And I'm now almost 90 days in. I absolutely looked forward to it. I never dreaded a hammer chisel workout. I still don't. I couldn't wait to start a second round. Mentally, I'm not sick of it at all. The workouts are going to range anywhere from about 25 minutes. The longest workout is right at 40 minutes. So you still have those short workouts. And the thing of it is that when we started, there were a lot of men in our test group that were used to spending 1 to 2 hours, some of the women too, 1 to 2 hours at the gym doing cardio and intense weight training. There were people who were working with competition coaches. So, and they had to 100% commit to this program for the test group purposes. And they had a really hard time with that in the beginning. And they just had to trust the process. So the first week they're like, I need to be doing more. This isn't enough. I got to get some cardio. I need to go for a run. I need, and women were like, I need to do PIO. It was kind of funny. But we were like, okay, no, we're just going to trust it. And those test group participants who were used to working out so much more saw how they were overtraining their bodies. And they actually saw more results, greater results, faster results by doing this program only. No joke. No joke. The eating program, well, let me go back to the fitness part. Okay. So you're going to have those different workouts, and I'm going to pull up a document here so I can see this. So I'm going to minimize, I don't know if I can minimize my screen right now. Okay. I cannot minimize while I'm recording. So we are going to see, okay, I got it right here. Let's see. Got it. Okay. So with the workouts, this is the very first time when you're talking about people, this is the very first time that we've ever seen 2 super trainers combined. And you know that. That's pretty darn cool that we have Autumn, who is the bikini and competition part of weight training, the physique building part of weight training. But we also have Sagi, who comes in with the bodybuilding mentality. So you've got these 2 combinations coming together at you, bringing you, their intense knowledge of both of those backgrounds combined. It's a complete brilliant idea. Trust me on this one. This program uses what's called SSP training, which means stabilization, strength, and power training. This is, honest to goodness, the most efficient and effective approach to building muscle and shredding fat at the same time. And I saw this with my very eyes in my own body and with, the people in the test group. You are going to be stabilizing your body, your entire body and your core while you're doing some crazy moves, and one foot's up on the bench and you've got one dumbbell in your hands and you're lifting one leg. Like, it's kind of crazy and cool. Very diverse movements that you've never seen before. Obviously strength training because we're using weights, but there's so many different methods. Every day is different. Some are isometric. Some are, fatiguing your muscles first and then adding max weight. You're going to see so many different approaches to building strength and building muscle and shredding fat. Like, it's crazy, all of the different approaches that are used within this. The program variety is my favorite part. It's my favorite part. There's still cardio. There's still plyometrics. There's still speed and agility training. But there's more weight training than there are those. Those workouts are going to happen each week, but not many times. There's so many times you're like, I feel like I should get in this and more cardio. No, don't do it. Just trust it. When you start the program, go all in and just trust it. Could you do additional, like if you're training for something, could you do additional training on top of this? Sure. But you better get in your performance line, which I'll talk about here in a moment too. Every single workout is a total body workout. And I mean that. It's not like in Body Beast or in 21 Day Fix or Fix Extreme, you have just upper and lower days, or you have just backs and tris and bis or whatever. Never. Every workout is a full body workout. Every workout, you're working your legs, you're working your back, you're working your abs, you're working every part of your body in every single workout. Okay, so let's talk equipment here. So for me, I started out and I did not have a weight bench, and I was using my stability ball, which needed to be aired up. And I totally did not like using a stability ball. The stability ball is the modified piece of equipment if you do not have a weight bench. And when I say a weight bench, you need a weight bench that is going to be adjustable, meaning that it can lay flat, it can go to 60 degrees, and it can go to 90 degrees. I ended up getting mine after the first week because I didn't like using a stability ball. Because when you're using a stability ball, and you may have done this with Body Beast or saw that you can do this with Body Beast, you're going to be laying on the ball doing movements, and you've got to engage so much of your core, and you're also using your glutes a lot more when you do that, which is cool. But I wasn't able to use the the amount of weight that I thought I needed to use. And I just didn't like it. I felt like my form was struggling, and it took more work for me. So I chose to go get a bench. You're going to need a chin up or a pull up bar. Where I worked out in my basement, that was not an option, just the way that our basement was framed and made. So I chose to use, and this is the modified piece of equipment, and if you don't have a pull-up bar or a chin-up bar, a resistance band with a door attachment, which is like the normal thing to do, like in X or X3, and that was perfectly fine. Like, I did not feel like I was wimping out. I did not feel like I was missing out. Like, I totally worked it just as much. You're also going to need dumbbells, lots of dumbbells. I used everything from 5 pounds to 45 pounds. Men used anywhere from 8 pounds to 75, 80 pounds. I would say the norm, though, for most people, and when I'm talking to people about it, is I say, let's get up to 20 and let's go from there. For men, I would say let's go up to 50 and then go from there. I think that's going to be normal for an average person on their first round to need up to 20 or 25 for a woman and up to maybe 50 for a man. And then you can go from there. Think about what size dumbbells are you going to need for a bench press? Okay. What size dumbbells are you going to need in your hands when you're doing some sort of a squat or a lunge? You're going to be using heavier weights when you're working your legs and lighter weights when you're working your arms. The 5-pound weights are weights I used when I was doing like a lateral, something like that. So, you're going to need dumbbells. I chose to purchase the Bowflex SelectX, like adjustable weights, because once I started purchasing dumbbells, I was like, I'm going to spend so much money. I'm going to have dumbbells all over my house. I don't have a separate gym in my home. I work out in my basement, which is also the movie room and also like the play area. So I needed to be able to clean up my space. And so the Bowflex SelectX made the most sense to me. And at the end of the day, I was honestly going to spend as much money. So I love those. Those are amazing. Got that and my weight bench all on Amazon. Amazon Prime, free shipping. So plugging that for you. You are also going to need, I recommend a journal. You've got to track your weights when you're doing something like this, because the goal is to be able to lift a little bit more each time, okay? And I use a mat. You're going to need a mat. You're going to need a towel. I think that's it as far as equipment goes. It's a lot of equipment that a lot of people already have. So I don't think you're going to struggle with anything there. So let's talk nutrition. The nutrition plan is the same as the 21-day fix, okay? It's not even as strict or stringent as the 21-day fix extreme. And there's no competition plan. There's no 3-day fast start. At least when I got my materials for the test group, it was all straightforward, very simple. You get the containers, you get the same meal plan kind of book. So customized plan based on your goals, based on if you want to build muscle, if you want to maintain your weight, or if you want to lean out. So you're going to do the same types of calculations. I do feel like that I bumped myself up. If I was doing the 21-day fix, the goal for most people is to lose weight. On this plan, my goal was not necessarily to lose weight. And most women in our test group who weighed anywhere from 115 pounds to 135, 40 pounds were all eating from that second or third bracket. If you look back at the 21-day fix, we ate more. We were like, no, we need to eat more on this. And everyone who chose to eat more and eat off of those second and third tiered brackets, we all shredded more. We shredded faster. We chiseled more. We weren't hungry. We were never hungry than those people who stayed on the first bracket. So my recommendation is never to go on that first bracket with this kind of a program. You're burning so much. Oh my gosh, you're burning so much while you're doing this because of your muscles breaking down and rebuilding and all this. So nutrition is portion controlled, customized meal plans. It is absolutely crucial to follow the nutrition plan to succeed in this program. We know that, but I'm telling you that now. Don't expect to get chiseled. Don't expect to get ripped, if you don't go all in with your nutritional plan. And I think we know that. Supplemental wise, I use the entire performance line minus the creatine. The men all used creatine, but 2 weeks before we ended the test group, they stopped. And that is because creatine makes your muscles hold on to water. It is going to maybe bloat women a little bit more around the midsection. So a lot of the women chose not to use creatine, but it was something the men absolutely loved. They loved using creatine. I probably would have, but I was scared of the word that's going to bloat your midsection. Now, don't share that with everybody. You know, whatever it is, what it is. That's my own personal opinion. I drank Shakeology every day. I chose to drink Shakeology for my mid-morning snack. Now that I'm home, working from home, I like to have Shakeology for a snack instead of for, you know, a meal. I used to have it for breakfast every day, but I use the entire performance line and I fell in love. I have to be blatantly honest and say I was hardly sore. I used the Energize, the Hydrate, the Recovery, and the Recharge. And I will tell you what, the Recharge was actually my favorite because the Recharge is what you drink at night. And it has casein in it. It's going to help your body recover and overnight and recharge. Tastes like vanilla cake to me. And it was really what got me through my nighttime cravings because I thought, nope, I get to have my recharge after this. So it's okay. I'm not going to have that. I don't need that because I'm going to get to have this. The performance line does not count as a container because the idea is that if you're taking the performance line, your body is going to perform better. You're going to be able to do more. And so it's going to like compensate in a way. So you don't have to count it. You don't have to worry about containers or even look at calories. People are they're like, oh, this has 130 calories. I don't want to add that in. No, it doesn't matter. It's like you almost ignore it. If you're following that meal plan, you can have a performance line and not even think twice about it. Like that is the best part. But I would wake up in the morning without being like maybe a little teeny tiny sore, but I never had was to that point where I couldn't sit down, where I was like, ooh, getting up, or I couldn't do something or put on my clothes or whatever. Like I never ever felt that way. So I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, I would recommend the performance line while you're doing this. Let's see. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, the Fixate cookbook. That was seriously my saving grace during this program too, because all of the recipes and everything in Fixate were perfectly aligned with this program. And so I used Fixate, made the banana oat pancakes, still eat them every morning, the chili, everything like that. So get out the Fixate cookbook and use that and incorporate that as you're doing Hammer and Chisel. It's going to keep the meal plan fresh and just, keep you trying new things. I think you're really going to like that. Now, lastly, I kind of talked about and compared it to other programs. I don't think it's like any other program. I've never done Body Beast in full. I've done some of the workouts, but I really truly feel like that Autumn and Sagi are on their A game. I think Beachbody has hit a home run with this program. They are very motivating. They're very, very good in these programs. They each have also incorporated a 10-minute ab workout. So there are some days where you are doing a 10-minute hammer workout, a 10-minute chisel workout, new, fresh, everything's so cool. It's so cool to incorporate a bench into your workouts. I think it just keeps things original and different. But there are some moves that will remind you of moves from Body Beast. There are some moves that will remind you of moves from the Fix or Fix Extreme, but they're all taken up a notch. There are so many different diverse moves there. I do think that the 21-day Fix and Fix Extreme are the starting points for getting someone ready for this program. So when you are marketing, and this is the last thing I want to talk about, when you're marketing and talking about this program with your own challengers and with your own teams and the people that are interested, I do think that it's important that they are involved on their own journey now. So get them started right now on the 21-day Fix or the 21-day Fix Extreme. I would not feel comfortable starting someone out on Hammer and Chisel. I really wouldn't. And for yourself, you need to get all in on your journey, because that's what happens. When you start focusing on your own health and fitness, you are going to attract other people to you. And the unwritten rule is that you're leading by example and you're motivating people and you are giving people the promise of hope and progress that can be made on their own bodies. So if you're on your journey now and you're sharing that, if you're eating clean now and you're sharing that, if you're drinking your Shakeology now and you're sharing that, and you have a great before and after to show people and say, let's go get chiseled together, you know, they are going to trust you, and you're going to be more attractive when you're marketing this program to other people. But we have to get all in on our journey. We have to get people all in on their journey now. So why not start a group on November the 30th? That makes sense, right? Start your group on November 30th with the idea. Everybody knows when they start this group that once this group is done, okay, once this group is done, the end of December, we're all rolling right into Hammer and Chisel starting on January the 4th. That's what I'm doing. My last challenge group of the year starts on November the 30th. It's a 4-week group. We're going to end right before Christmas. And then we are going to start fresh, new and fresh with the new year on January the 4th. And they know that. My challengers and my coaches already know that. That's just the expectation that I've set, because I've been talking about Hammer and Chisel so long. So are you talking about it? It's time to start talking about it. Get on my fitness page, Erin Young Fitness. Look for the other test group participants like Becky Brosette, Monica Lopez, David Adkins, Emma Lee Whaley, Jose Alvarez. We all have pictures and videos on YouTube channels, on our like pages, on our personal pages, and you are more than welcome to take those pictures, those videos, grab them and share them. That's part of our job being in the test group, to get results, to create materials so that you can share them. We have an open invitation to share as much as we can now. We had kind of some stipulations and rules about what and how much we could share, but now we can share as much as we can. So you're going to see a lot of stuff coming out through our pages. Share that, share it with confidence. My number one recommendation is to create a Facebook event page for your own test group that you're going to run of Hammer and Chisel. So create a public Facebook event, invite people. Don't just invite everybody. That's annoying to click everyone and invite every single person you're friends with. But invite people, have conversations behind the scenes, let people know, share with them my results and say, this is what I'm going for. You know, do you want to do this with me? Let's do this together. Let's figure this out together. But on your Facebook event page, you can post teasers, you can post information, you can get people's email addresses, you can really do some awesome things with a Facebook event page that's gearing people up for the launch of your own test group on January the 4th. But you guys, don't wait and see what's going to happen with Hammer and Chisel. Because if we wait and see, we're going to get left behind. Your job is to say, I don't have all the answers, but I trust Team Beachbody, I trust my coaches, and I trust what happened to everyone in the test group, and I know that's legit, so just jump on board and go for it. You should be doing this program. Absolutely, without a doubt. Every single coach should be doing this program come January 4th, because it is one of the most amazing programs that's ever come out. And it is truly going to transform your life, your challengers' lives, your bodies, and your business. But you cannot wait and see. You got to grab this launch right now and get started right now, having conversations, talking about it, and just making it a general assumption that come January 4th, that's what I'm doing, so that's what everybody else is doing. So get all in on your journey, get your next challenge group rolling on November the 30th, and make sure everybody knows that we are doing this challenge group right now to go all in so that we can be ready, that our bodies are physically able and ready to do the Masters Hammer and Chisel. I know you're going to blow it out of the water. I know that you are. So you guys, this is where it's at. This is where it happens. So if you need anything else, let me know. And like I said, check my Erin Young Fitness page. I'm going to be uploading a lot of great content there really soon. And I hope that helps. Okay. Hey, I'll see you later. Thanks for having me.